Hello, this is wmpyr. For today's video, I'm going to take a little break from the martial arts and want to talk about this guy right here. Oh yeah, Back to the Future. This is the trilogy set, and I'm not going to review all the films because I haven't seen the first one and second one in a long, long time, okay? The third one, it's funny because I just finished it last night for the first time. I had never seen the third one, always wanted to because I do like the first two films. Always wanted to. Um, I remember back in the day when the previews came out, I was a kid, junior high for the third one, and I remember I think I was in junior high, and I wanted to go see it with my grandma, but I knew she was going to fall asleep during the film, and because of that, I think that was one of the reasons why I didn't, and I regret it now. I regret it now because my grandma was seriously like my best friend during those times. But yeah, that I was interested in it. I do like Western films. Even back then, I remember watching films like Tombstone and stuff, and went to go see that in the movie theater and just blown away, blown away. And that really comes from my dad. My dad was a huge Western guy, also James Bond guy. Those were his two main things. Grandma also liked Western stuff as well. She grew up with what is it called? Man, I forgot the name. Roland, Rawhide. Okay, so with the young Clint Eastwood, she grew up with that kind of stuff. So probably not grew up, but she liked that show. So uh, another one I remember that she liked was The Rifleman. So some of that kind of stuff was really cool with me. And come on, I was raised in Texas, so Western films are very cool for me. So anyway, I do like that the third one takes place in this kind of frontiers type of era. I like that Marty calls himself Clint Eastwood, and no one knows who that is at the time. And there are some cool scenes in there that I like for example the frisbee scene and the part where he shoots. I believe it's the Colt. Is it the Colt 45? He shoots that, and it was just coming out at the time. And then from there, he shoots it magnificently. And then the guy's like, "Where did you learn that?" And he goes, 7-Eleven. I guess it's the video games is what he's talking about. Some really cool stuff like that. I really like the interaction that he had with Doc, and they go into kind of like that love interest with Doc. Usually with these films, when they do the love interest type stuff, it kind of feels like they're just throwing it in there just because it's, I don't know, that they feel like it's kind of necessary or whatever. I guess if they had thrown in a love interest for Marty back in this Western time, it would have been one of those where they're just throwing it in just to throw it in, but they don't, and instead it happens with Doc. And I thought it was really cool that he just clicked with Clara, and basically found the love of his life and all that. Man, the choo choo train, just awesome. I guess it's a replica or whatever. They made the thing, and they had to destroy it, and then they also made a time machine version of it. It's awesome. Awesome, looked phenomenal. Of course, they had to destroy the DeLorean. Very reminiscent of the way they destroyed the Blue Thunder with the trains and everything. Yeah, I did enjoy the third one. One big disappointment for me was the hoverboard. The moment I saw the hoverboard, I was like, cool, they're bringing this with them, and you expected to see Marty on it and do some cool stuff, but he doesn't. And it only briefly gets used, just like a quick scene with Doc uses it, and just like barely. So that was to me a huge disappointment. But I guess if you really want to see the hoverboard, watch the second one, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But overall, I did enjoy it. I kind of felt like, yeah, they don't make movies like this anymore. I remember the original Back to the Future. I saw it, enjoyed it tremendously. I had heard other people talking about it, saying that it was awesome, and I was like, okay, it looks awesome, but I don't know. And when I finally did get to see it, I was like, man, this is really good. Enjoyed it so much. I got the book in Japanese, the novel, and I read it. I remember and really enjoying it. And then right before coming from Japan, I was in I guess I was like in the seventh grade, and then from coming from Japan to the U.S., I remember it was like the night before we were going to get on the airplane. You know, we were supposed to go to bed because we were going to go to the airport early in the morning and everything. Um, I still had the TV on. I couldn't really sleep because I was so nervous, I guess. And I was watching the TV, and it was Back to the Future, and the scene where Marty goes back, and Biff is like being a bully to everyone and everything, and he sees his dad getting messed with and everything. I was like, man, that's where I'm going, America. And I was like, man, it looks like it's gonna be intense, and I hope I could be like Marty to where I'm gonna be the cool kid and not get picked on and stuff like that. And boy, it did not turn out that way. I knew it was gonna be intense, and it was intense. So anyway, so that brings back a lot of memories for me. So thank you for watching, and take care, folks.